Yo guys, this is Chris and today we are doing a get ready with me Twitch stream look and also a story time about what happened to me on Bumble and also talking about the talk show life. Alan's show has been in the waters regarding a toxic work environment, and I'm gonna tell you all about it because I didn't work for Alan, but I worked for 2 talk shows, a big one and a little one, for a couple seasons, and I know people who work for the Ellen show too, and they told me some stuff, and I was like, what better way to, ooh, look at this piece of hair. What better person to talk to you about the talk show life than me and what really happens behind the scenes, how the people are, how the main hosts are. I'll tell you all of it, you know, I'm gonna tell you all the tea. So keep on watching if you want to know all the juice with everything that I just mentioned. Yeah. I've never done a get ready with me, so I figured let's do my streaming Twitch look and talk to you guys. And I'm also going to tell you guys what products I love using every day. So I'm going to start off with the Tarte base tape. It's very hot here in Chicago. I have all these lights and I'm scared that my camera's going to overheat because I have this Sony whatever camera. It's a great quality camera, but it overheats a lot. So I'm just going to put this tape all over me. I'm already getting red from the heat. I have the AC on, but it's on like the other room. It's just a mess. And I'm also sunburned. I run a lot, so I actually did my goal of 70 miles this month. I haven't done that in a while. I haven't done that in like maybe 2 years. And I'm also going to start off with the Air Flash from Dior because it's very cooling sensation because of the bottle, and I love that sensation on my face. It's very refreshing. So, and also the colors are deceiving. It's actually lighter than what it shows you here. I ended up buying this one, but it was way too light, so I just mixed them both. Let's start off with story time. So I ended up a relationship with my ex. We were like together for I don't even know how many years, but it was like one of those things where it's like I don't really care anymore kind of thing. He didn't make an effort. I didn't make an effort anymore. That it just happened. It's okay. I'm like, it's completely fine. I don't really talk about it because I'm not one of those people that likes to share information like that. Like I see a lot of friends sharing like, my boo got me these flowers, look at what he did to me, look at what he cooked, and I honestly really don't care. I'm not that person. It just seems so cheesy to me. I don't know. I'm a horrible person. I'm not like a dating material. I am very independent and I do not want flowers. I would kill flowers. I actually have flowers in the kitchen that are dying and I love when they die. So that's the kind of person I am. So let me give Bumble and Tinder a try just to see what's out there, because I'm a really curious person, and that has to do with my journalism background. I love to like find out about things. So I went on Tinder, it was like a while ago, and I came across this guy, and the only reason I came across him was because his name was almost the same as mine, and I just stopped because I kept swiping left, and I was like, oh my god, this guy has the same name as me, like, and no H. This is kind of cool. So let me just look at his profile. So this is like the first guy I actually really like digged into his profile, and it turns out, crazy story, he works at a place, I'm not gonna say the place, but he works literally across the street from my job, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, this guy, and it gets crazier, and I'm like, this guy is not only has almost the same name as me, he works across the street from me. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I passed by him a couple of times and never realizing it. So I liked his vibe, you know, it had like a little rock and roll vibe going. I was like, all right, let me think about it. I didn't swipe or anything. I'm really bad. I just let it be, and then I completely lost the profile, and I was like, oh well. I was like going to work, and I always walk by that place multiple times because there's like coffee shops, and then I take the train sometimes and I get to work right there. So one of the days I was like, oh, let me look inside, and I see him, and I'm like, oh my god, that is the dude that I came across with. That's crazy. I just left it at that. And then maybe like one of my coworkers started going to that place, and they already knew I always looked in there just to see like the dude. It was like an ongoing joke. I was like, oh, let me see if he's in there. Like, I'm just so curious. I actually lied to them. They're like, how do you find out about this guy? I didn't tell them I found out about him on Tinder. I just said like, oh, I just looked in there, and you know, that was it. That was it. I was like, I'm a horrible liar. We asked him like, hey, do you know this person? He's like, yeah, I go to him every month. And I'm like, what in the world? What are the chances of this? It was like almost meant to be. And he's like, oh yeah, he's single. She just told me that. I'm like, okay, good to know, good to know. Like, yeah, I know because I see his profile, but he doesn't know that. So there would be an ongoing joke. He'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go see him today. And I'm like, oh, cool, tell him I said what's up. And then I'm like, no, don't tell him I said what's up. Oh, and I'm actually putting on the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer all over my face because I need a lot of concealer for Twitch streaming. And, you know, Corona happened, time has passed, and that was that. So I was on Bumble. I was like, let me check Bumble out. I never swipe on anyone. I'm literally just a lurker. And I see his profile and I'm like, holy shit, I see him again, let me like him. And it was a match, and I didn't do anything for like 2 days because I was like, what the hell just happened? This is crazy. So I ended up matching with him, and I didn't know what to say in the beginning. I was like such a cheesy person. I was like, what should like my line be? I'm really bad at this kind of stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go and say some stupid shit about our name, which he didn't understand at first, which is really weird because I'm like, hey, I have no H. And he's like, what do you mean we have no H? And I'm like, that ruined it. No, but it actually turned out okay. We ended up talking for like a good like week and a half or something like that. Very down to earth. This person is exactly what I thought they would be. Oh my god, I'm so sweaty. Why do I feel like I look more pale? I got tanner now. Ugh, these wedges are my favorite. So we talked for like a week and a half. It was good. Like we talked all day long almost. You need a lot of concealer for streams. Our conversation ended up going on Instagram. I don't know what to say to him and blah 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 blah. So we kind of like stopped talking as much ever since we went on Instagram. So we were actually planning on a date, and I told him to wait. This was on Bumble, when our conversation was on Bumble. He told me that he ended up buying like an Xbox to play like Star Wars Battlefront, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm a big gamer. Like, I know that game. I've been wanting to get that game for the longest, but I just never bought it because I was still on Rainbow Six. And he was on Xbox, which was a red flag. I'm like, I'm a PS4 gamer. So I told him that I play a lot of video games, and we follow each other on Instagram. He's like, oh shit, you really do play a lot of video games. The conversation kind of went with us talking about me coming over to play with him, and he would buy a controller for me. And I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna buy a controller for me? Oh, it's amazing. I was like really geeked out. That's like the perfect date, playing video games for me. And we agreed like 2 weeks from the date because it was a weekend after Independence Day. And I got the biggest mosquito bites of my life all over my body. Like, I had one under my armpit that was like this thick, and it looked like a bruise. I don't know what's up with mosquitoes these days. Then I had one in my thigh and another one in my arm. I look like a complete mess. Like, I would scare you. I look like I had like some problem. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let's do the following week. And he's like, oh, you're making me wait. And I'm like, haha, yes, I'm gonna make you wait. I'm still putting on this foundation, concealer, mixing it. We're gonna go for some contouring. For contouring, I'm gonna use the Shades of Light from Kat Von D or KVD or whatever it is now. So I made him wait. We kind of like stopped talking as much. And he's like, I can't believe you're making me wait next week and blah, 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 blah. So then like days passed by, and I didn't know what to say in the conversation. So I ended up commenting on like one of his stories just to keep the convo going a little bit, but not being too like annoying, you know. But I kind of had like a feeling like, I don't know, a fallout was gonna happen because he didn't respond right away as he used to, and I was like, man, what is this? Like, oh no, I'm cursed. I had a feeling already. I had a bad intuition. I even told my friend, I was like, I don't know if the date's gonna happen. Like, I have a feeling it's not gonna happen. Something happened. I don't know. I just have a feeling. I have a really strong intuition. And she's like, think positive, and I'm like, I'll try. But when I think positive and it turns out to be like negative, I get hurt more. And when I think negative and it turns out negative, I feel extremely fine, a-okay, like balances it out. So that's my thought behind that. I'm just gonna contour some more. Oh my god, I did too much. It's okay, we're on stream. No one's going to it's gonna look better on TV. That's also another TV trick. They put a lot of makeup on you. I ended up getting my nails done. So these are my nails done. Look how pretty they are. It's like a jet color. I don't know. The color was called jet something. So it's kind of like a dark black brown with glitter. I don't know. So I got my nails done. I ended up picking out like some cute outfits. The day before I was like, okay, let me do this confirmation text. So I did the confirmation text and I'm like, hey, are we still up for some Battlefront? And I ended up buying that freaking game for $30 or $35 just to like practice and like try to like murder him in the game. So I sent the confirmation text. I didn't hear back for an hour. I was so nervous. I was like, I already knew I had a bad feeling about it. I already knew. So I didn't look at my phone for an hour because I was scared. And I looked at it and he responded. Guess what this little bitch said? He's like, I got back with my ex-girlfriend and I can't do those things anymore. And I'm like, really? Like, you can't fool me. I know that was a complete lie. Like, that's a lie you would tell a girl when you're not interested or you don't want to cut them off. And I was like, oh, I know this. Don't worry, I read some Cosmo, or I don't know. I read some online things. I'm gonna put blush from e.l.f. I really like these little duals. It's like blush and highlighter. And I don't know what this color is. Oh, watermelon. That's a complete lie. I can't believe this. I don't know what to respond back to that. Like, what should I say to that? I was gonna message him back this right away and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, good luck. No worries, man. I'll see you around. Like, something like that, like basic. But then I was like, no, this guy don't deserve that. I need to think of something like sarcastic. And then I was gonna say something really sarcastic and be like, I was gonna say something like, I know you're lying, but then I'm like, no, that kind of sounds creepy because then he probably thinks I like researched and do all this stuff. And I was like, what should I say? I ended up not saying anything. I actually sent a gif. I ended up sending a gif of The Rock's eyebrow doing like this, like a really great gif that actually fit my emotions, like confusion, and then I'm like, what in the world? So I sent him that gif. He saw it right away, I think, and that was it. And then he unfollowed me. And then the other day I walked past by that and I saw him straight clearly. I was like, that's him. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to see him anymore. Why do I have to walk past by this place every day to work? Oh, he's gonna think like I'm creeping, but I literally have to pass by that place every day. Sometimes I cross the street not to see him, but I saw him and I pretended like I didn't look, like I didn't care, and I'm like, I'm not looking. And that was like my Bumble date disaster kind of thing. I ended up wasting like $30, did my nails, got some cute clothes, but I'm still wearing those cute clothes for nothing. I don't know what happened. My camera overheated a bit. But I don't know what happened unless he talked to someone and he's like, yeah, that girl's crazy. Because he knows where I work. I don't know if he talked to my coworker and he started just talking smack about me. I didn't do anything. I'm a little bit evil, but he saw me crossing the street. He's like, oh, I don't like that girl anymore. Oh no, it's so horrible to hear. But you know what? Whatever. I was thinking negative. I'm okay. It didn't affect me that bad. It just made me become more of an asshole to guys now. And like screw y'all, you know? Like, why you do that? Why you playing games like that? You know, why you have to lie? Why you have to just tell me straight up? I don't care. Just tell me straight up. But it's okay. It's okay. It's whatever. I now have to pass by that place unwantingly and I'm not gonna look. Even though I kind of want to, but it's whatever. That was my experience and I'm just like, I'm over it. I don't need a man to make me happy. Girls, you don't need a man to make you happy. It just, I thought it was meant to be and it was not meant to be. Oh, I actually ended up putting some Kevin Aquan. This highlighter is my favorite highlighter of all time. I got it inside a Beautylish mystery box and I'm just gonna put some more because I love it so much. You know what, I'm gonna put some on my forehead because we're streaming. We want to look glowy and cakey and fake because that's what you want to look like in front of the camera. Let's move on and talk about Alan's show and my talk show experience. Ooh. I worked for a talk show here in Chicago. It was really hard to get the job. Like, I worked for a nonprofit and I studied television, journalism, and photography at Columbia College in Chicago. So I really loved TV and I regretted not like doing actual studying TV instead of studying news because I don't really like news. People in news are really fake, guys. The anchors are the most fake people. They just want to be on TV. They don't care about the news. They just want to be on TV and look pretty. Like, trust me, I've come across 80% of them. That 20% is like the golden people that you want. So that's the news for you. What am I gonna put on next? What am I doing? Eyebrows. I'm gonna do eyebrows next. I'm gonna show you my favorite eyebrow pencil. And you know what? Essence came out with this great, I like this Essence pencil too. Essence has been killing it in the game. So I'm gonna do eyebrows. I'm gonna do Essence and also, not Morphe, the Anastasia. No, I have only Morphe. Is this a calling for me to just use Morphe? I'm just gonna use Morphe. I like Anastasia more, but I don't know where it is. Getting that job, I literally applied online because I was desperate to leave like the nonprofit because I was so miserable there, and I'm like, why am I not my field of study? So I looked every single day on Indeed, Google, LinkedIn, whatever it was. I looked at every career website and a job came up that was perfect for me. I applied online. I didn't know anyone there. I just naturally, I'm so sweaty. I just applied online. 2 weeks later, I got a call back, and it was like the greatest callback of my life. I did an interview, and I think what won me over was that at Columbia, I worked for like a newspaper, and there was like some actors and musicians that would come in and I would film them. So it was like the entertainment side, and I showed them my entire portfolio on I took the darn work laptop, showed it to the lady that was interviewing me, and I'm like, this is what I do, because when you talk about what you do, it doesn't resonate as when you show them what you do. So I showed her my entire portfolio that I did on Wix, and I think that's what got me the job, and I was in as an associate web producer. I would manage the website. I was also the stage photographer. Hey, so I got to photograph everyone from like Usher, Mel B, it's Stevie Wonder, like these people that I looked up to that I would have never imagined I would like photograph in my life, because I was a big Spice Girl fan. I was like, oh my god. And Stevie Wonder is not blind, because he looked at me straight in the eye with behind his glasses. I know it. So it was like the greatest job of my life. Like it was so fun being the stage photographer, photographing everyone, like doing like behind the stage ideas. It was like the greatest job of my life, and I got a lot of free shit. Like they do like these trade outs or affiliate stuff, and they give to the audience, so they have stuff left over and they give it to the staff. My entire apartment is furnished from all the gifts they gave you at the show. So the environment there was actually really nice. I was lucky to work with a really small team. The only problem was that we were like on a separate floor from the entire staff, so I didn't get to network as well. People didn't know me too well, which kind of sucked, but it was okay. I was really shy. I get really shy working there. It was a really diverse group of people too, which was really great. It's funny because you do get to see like the cliques of people. Like you can tell there's people in their groups that will stick to each other at all costs, or they will befriend like the executive producers or the main producers, especially the younger crowd. They would invite me and I would just say no. I should have went, but then I'm just like, I don't feel like it was a long work day. Like guys, I worked from 9 o'clock to 9 p.m. sometimes, because the main show host, okay, was Steve Harvey, took forever. His personality, he's a great comedian. I'm gonna give him that. He's so naturally funny. Like I laughed my butt off on that stage with everything he said, but he made the audience laugh. He was a really great down-to-earth person, but then behind the scenes, like he was very like standoffish. Like I remember me and him were together like looking at like food, but the food wasn't that appetizing, so I forgot what I said. I said some remark saying like, yeah, the food doesn't look that great today, and he just walked away, and I'm like, thank you for not acknowledging my existence. Even with his son, like I said, hi, what's up, and completely like disregarded me, and I'm like, fine then. And then he actually made up fun of me once, because since I was a stage photographer and he hates taking pictures, he's very impatient. The lights went off and I was trying to fix the aperture, the f-stop. I was just trying to fix the camera settings as fast as I could, and I think I took like 5-10 seconds too long, and then he yelled at me, he's like, just take the damn picture. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna take the picture and it's gonna come out bad. The good thing it wasn't like a celebrity, it was just like some sponsor, and I was just like, yeah, that sponsor gave us a lot of money for a crappy photo. Now that wasn't my fault, so I always have to say like, Steve didn't have his day today, so I got a really crappy photo. So he yelled at me a couple times there, and then he would make fun of me. He'd be like, ah, look at her face. I was like, oh God, I don't know what to do. This is such an awkward situation. So yeah, he was very standoffish, very intimidating person. Like he did send us that one email, but I was just laughing at it. I was like, this is so funny. I wonder who did what. The people that work together are still working together on another show because they formed a clique, even though they might not be the greatest at what they do. Just because they have, you know, that connection, they got the job. So that's literally how you get jobs in TV, guys, is you just kiss ass, kiss ass. And I never did that, so it was whatever. Like, they laid us all off. He went to LA, he took his main people, or the clique of people, And then I ended up going to another show in Nashville. It's a small little show, little country show, and the hosts were great. It was Ben Aaron and Callie Pickler. They were awesome people. The staff was really friendly. I moved from a diverse staff into a really small staff that wasn't that diverse. I was like the only Mexican almost. I think there's someone that was just like half. But I was literally the only Latina working there, and everyone was so fascinated that I spoke Spanish. I felt so special. I was like, yeah, I want me to teach you Spanish? Oh, I could talk crap about behind these people and they don't know, but I'm like, I'm the only one that speaks Spanish here. It's in Nashville, so there's not much diversity there. What am I gonna do next to look thirsty in this stream? I already did. I'm like so off. Eyeballs. Let's do eyeballs. I was actually gonna wear the Uniqlo eye contacts, but they burned my eye. 2 pairs burned my eye, so I just wore my regular contacts. So these are my regular eyeballs. So working there in that show, it was awesome. The people were great. I was awesome. Then I was doing everything again. I was not only doing photos for like field, I was doing behind the scene pictures, and then like writing like the show content of the day, and then uploading everything on the website. I had no life again there. I had no life in that show, but it was such a fun show. It was like I connected more with like the guests. I got to talk to like Derek Huff, Tiffany Thiessen. I was like hugged the guy from Mean Girls. He gave me a hug, and it was like really cool. I was like, oh my god, I'm like talking to these people I look up to, and like be like their besties. So it was such a fun job. There were some people that I worked there, that I worked with Steve, and they came there, and I got the job just by, it turned out the funny thing again is I ended up getting the Steve Harvey job because someone was going on maternity leave. I ended up getting this job because someone was going on maternity leave too. So I'm your maternity leave fill-in, guys. This camera keeps overheating, it's driving me crazy. So next I'm going to use the Carly Bybel Old School palette. This is my favorite palette of all time. It is amazing. And also the concealer that I use under my eye is from NYX. I have a little version of it. NYX discontinues a lot of things that are great, and they add in new things that just suck. I don't like NYX anymore. I just like their old stuff. I wish they bring some of that stuff back. So I'm going to go into this, my favorite color. This is like the most perfect formula and the most perfect color. Like, I just love this palette. Too bad it's gone. And BH Cosmetics, I bought another palette thinking it would be like the same formula as this one, and it was not. So oh well, I'll keep this for like occasions like today. So I'm just gonna put it all over my eye, my sweaty eyelid, because it's so hot in here and I have the AC. So yeah, like there were some cliques there. Like the producers were like hit with them teams, and you know, it's not really a clique, it was just their team, you know. But I also didn't feel like I fit in that well there. Like I was trying to like have conversations with people, try to be friendly, but I just feel like I didn't really fit in. I don't know what's up with me. I'm just a weird girl. I can't fit in anywhere. I know I should have gotten it more like hanging out, more talk. I think a lady like dissed me or got rid of me as a friend because I didn't want to go to brunch with her, because I wake up like 10 o'clock, because I stream until like 1 to 2 a.m. and I wake up like the next day at 12, and she messaged me to go to brunch with her, and twice, and I was like, I just woke up, and then she got rid of me. But that lady was a little crazy. That lady was a little crazy. It was a great show. It just felt like a family there, and I got to meet a lot of my old coworkers that were fun. And then, you know, the show didn't do too good later. I was only there for half of the year. Nashville is a city I don't know if I want to live there again. It's so hot and so many bugs. It was a great experience. Then I came back to Chicago, made me miss Chicago even more. After that, I could not get into any other show because I was not a part of any clique. So a lot of people went to this other show. I tried my best to message the executive producer of like another show. She completely ignored me, but then she would like help out other people, and I was like, oh, you don't love me then. I did all of this and you don't love me. You love the other people. So the other people got like cliques of jobs. There's some people who got lucky that went to every like they're already set because they're friends with everyone. They're set for life. Even though if they did like a crappy job, they're set for life, and then they'll bring their friends to work with them. So that's literally how TV show works. But I had a couple coworkers who worked for the Allen show, and they told me how toxic it would be sometimes. I don't know if this is true or not, but they told me that if the main like producer, the main executive producer from the team, they had to leave the building so the entire team could leave, and those producers would actually stay and work out in the building, so the team could not leave until they were done. So they would work out, eat, do all this stuff, and they wouldn't leave until really late, like every day. I forgot to put translucent powder, so I'm doing the Born This Way powder from Too Faced. So horrible, like they could not leave until they left. But people would say like, you're lucky to get that job, but people would suffer through that just to work there, and I'm like, okay. But I don't know how it was. I actually applied to a couple Ellen gigs, which I'm glad I did not, because after hearing all of that, I'm like, no, I've already went through a couple things. I don't want to be dealing with that stress on top of the TV job stress, which is super stressful already in itself. Ellen's also like kind of like Steve, very standoffish, and I'm like, maybe because he works so much, or who knows, because Steve worked a lot, but yeah, I don't know, that's what I've heard. So it could be true, and it probably is true. Like, if you're wanting to work in the talk show life, my advice to you is befriend everyone, but don't befriend everyone. Look every day online, because sometimes they do post jobs, and sometimes it's just who you know. And if you could get in anyway, get in, try to build the connections. I mean, if you want to kiss ass, it worked for a lot of people that I know. Yeah, that's like basically the TV world for you guys. And next I'm going to do my eyeballs. I'm not sure what color to do. I like doing like a neutral eye and a really dark lip. So I'm just going to do a little brown. So I'm going to go into the Huda Beauty palette. I'm going to go into Tickle. I actually really like Huda products. For some reason, I keep going back to Huda. I don't know why. There's something in the Huda products that got me addicted for some reason. So I'm just gonna go on my eyeball like this. I'm not a makeup artist, guys, so this look is just me doing whatever. Went back in the Carly Bybel palette and did a pale shimmer on my eye, and now I'm still sweating. I don't know if you can tell. My goodness, it's just a hot day today. Pamagraph Labs eyeliner pen is by far my most favorite pen of all time. Alright, I think I nailed it in one try. So I got my eyeliner. I'm going to do now my eyeballs, my eyelashes next, and another product from Essence that I really truly love, and I really like the formula. I know it's going to take me days to remove this no matter what I do, but I'm going to put it on because I need this to last all night and all day and night. And this is a trick that I do, is that instead of going straight on, I go at an angle and I curl. And this gives you like a nice feathery look. And I hold on to it for a while. Look at that. Look at the difference. Woo! So I'm going to do it at an angle. And voila! I have eyelashes. And then we're going to do an extreme lip look. An extreme lip look. I think I'm going again for Essence. Essence is killing the game. I love this lip pencil. Their lip pencils, I have them in every color. I just like their lip pencils. I tried like Jeffree Star, I've tried like Huda, I tried like everyone else's lip pencils, and nothing compares to this one. For some reason, I like the formula on my lips with this, so I'm gonna try this on. I line my lips, and I'm actually contouring a little bit my nose, my crooked nose. A little bit. And if you know what's funny, it doesn't have to be perfect, since you're going to be in front of the TV. No one's really going to see any detail, so that's why I'm going a little dramatic here, and that's how they do it too in TV. Underneath is the Scott Barnes trick, make my lips look bigger. And I'm going to do a very dark lip. I love this color from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. It is Designer Blood and Unicorn Blood. They're my favorite. For some reason, these colors just make my look stand out all the time. Like, this is like my color that it's meant for me. So I'm going to put this on. So there it is. To finish this off, I'm going to use setting spray from Marc Jacobs. This Perfecting Coconut Setting Mist Spray. It's expensive and it doesn't work, guys. I just like the smell because it smells like agua de horchata. Oh, that rice drink. Oh, so good. So that's why I bought it, just because I want to smell like that all the time. All over my body. I'm going to eat it too. Oh my god, it smells so freaking good. my final streaming look. It's not much. It's like my basic go-to like look for stream, with a lot of concealer and foundation and a crazy nose contour. That will look great when you're streaming because my camera is not so high definition. But this is it. And thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you learned all about the TV world and the talk show life. And if you want me to do more videos talking about my experiences or answering questions about working in the daytime talk show environment, let me know. I am here for you guys. And hopefully you enjoyed my story time, which I'm still angry. And be sure to watch me on Twitch every Friday, almost every Friday, at twitch.tv/ChrisRocksSSS. And thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe and give this video a like, and let me know what other content you want to see from me. Yay! Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm just trying to model for you like those girls do. They're like this, and then they give that seductive look, and they'll be like, oh yeah, you like that? You want to know how I got this look? This look is not really a look, it's just what I do every day, almost. Okay, I'll stop right there.